you probably have a lot of input on this.
Oh boy.
So
I don't know. I don't know shit about fuck.
How long can I stretch out this teaser? It's something that you're very good at.
Yeah, try and get me to guess.
That you barely have to try anymore.
Talking.
Yes, but no.
Okay.
You have more of these than anyone else in the shop.
A fat ass. One fat ass. Are you gonna ask me my glute routine?
What?
You're gonna ask me my glute routine?
No.
Okay, what?
Reviews on Google.
Oh, hell yeah. I am very good at that. I score some reviews. I do.
You do. It's very annoying, but also it's great. It's great for the shop.
Yeah.
I tried to compete with you, and I can't keep up. I can't keep up. But you're really good at getting reviews. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because of a bad review that we got.
Wait, recently?
And was it recently? I might have just been deep diving through reviews.
Okay.
Because we have an award.
We do.
On our wall for having the most 5-star reviews of all the tattoo shops in town. And
you're so right.
That means something.
It does.
So I think because our score, I think we have like a 4.9 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It's really high. It's really high.
Yes, it's really high. But I was thinking that's very low.
4.9 out of 5?
4.9 out of 5. I'm like, why do we have, where's the 1 point?
It's that one guy.
It's fucking Jerry. No, but there was others. But I was like, let me go look back through and see who didn't give us a 5-star review and what that was about.
Yeah.
Because that's, I like to torture myself. So that's what I did.
I guarantee you, I know what most of them are.
A lot.
Though.
Yeah. So.
And they're probably old.
Yes. Yeah. All of them are old.
Yeah.
I really pride myself on my reviews for the shop. Yeah. And just because if you read through the reviews, they all say the same thing. We have such a fun environment. Mm-hmm. It's so welcoming and good vibes and like exactly what we're going for.
People feel comfortable here. Yes. That's a big one.
And that means a lot to me. And I, it's cool to read through and see how many people say that. Mm-hmm. And then, and then I'm like, this motherfucker, like, Yeah. So let's talk about Jerry. The most recent, 1-star review, was from fucking Jerry. And you can't just say Jerry. It's fucking Jerry.
Fucking Jerry.
Fucking Jerry. This man got tattooed here. And
did he?
I tattooed him.
Okay.
He was on something.
Got it.
He was rude to the shop assistants. He was passing out during the tattoo. Ooh. He was just saying really just inappropriate things to everyone.
Was this?
We were downstairs.
I don't remember this.
Was probably before.
Okay.
It was probably before you worked here. So yeah. So he got his tattoo and he was passing out, whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm done. Whatever. So I sent him on his way. Keep in mind, I know this man. Mm-hmm. He
personally
rented a room in the house that I currently live in, and he also was a tenant in the house that I own for a while. Mm-hmm. He writes a 1-star review because he says that he keeps trying to get a hold of someone and no one will return his calls or respond to him, and he just wants to get his tattoo finished. And I'm like,
okay.
And he also writes in there something about how he had to make a fake profile. He had to make a fake profile to write this review.
Wait, go back. What tattoo did you do on him?
I don't even remember what it was. It was a cover-up.
Was it done?
I think it was a cover-up, so I have to do another session on it or something like that. It's not finished.
Okay.
But I'm not tattooing this man again.
Yeah.
No, I'm done. So at no point has he ever reached out to me to try and schedule an appointment to finish it, which I would gladly be like, no, I kicked you out on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You were acting the fool on Christmas Day in my house and I kicked you out.
Were the vibes weird?
Can I give you a 1-star review,
Yes.
Jerry?
Yeah, like, you know how Uber has, like, they're allowed to rate the person that drives in the car or rides in the car with them?
Imagine that for a moment. That would be incredible.
Do you think that would actually be helpful, or do you think that would be the worst thing in the world?
TM.
Yeah, nobody take it. $1 million idea. Do you actually think that would hurt or help things, though, if we could have a review system for our clients?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that would be bad. I feel like that'd be pretty bad.
We would be like, they were fine.
No, we
they would be fine.
I feel like we're the ones doing the service. Maybe it's not the best for us to be leaving them a review. And it's already on us to, like, tell them if they're doing something bad, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So anyway, kicked Jerry out. Didn't finish his tattoo. Whatever. But he left me a 1-star review saying that, like, I didn't finish his tattoo and I won't return his calls. But he's never fucking called me. So whatever.
Is he blocked? Maybe that's why you're not getting his calls.
Oh, maybe. Could be. Possibly. But, you know, my point here is, like, looking at the 1-star reviews, and there's other ones that I'm going to talk about later too, but the first reaction whenever I see 1-star review come through is absolute horror and panic and like, oh my God, I'm ruined. The business is ruined. My career is ruined and it's the worst thing ever.
My heart drops to my feet because I'm a psycho and I check on it periodically because I want to see how many reviews I'm getting because I am crazy. But yeah.
The fact of the matter is, this is one person out of however many reviews. I don't even know how many. We have a lot.
We have a lot of reviews,
One person out of however many reviews gave 1 star. Everybody else has good things to say. Now, I don't know about you, but like everything I buy, like on Amazon or whatever, I look at the reviews, I read them all.
Yeah.
And they'll have like a bunch of like, 1-2 star reviews. And those are the ones I read only because I want to know, is there anything valid to this?
Yes.
Are they giving a 1-star review because they ordered the wrong size and they had to send it back? Because
you can tell.
Literally, they'll say that. They'll be like, I would have liked this, but it's the wrong size and I had to send it back. And they'll give a 1-star review and it's like,
what is that? That's user error.
Yeah. It's
like, user error, first of all.
Yeah. So
it's Amazon. Come on.
Yeah. So like, going through, looking at the reviews, like, is there anything to this? Like, is this a valid complaint? Or is this someone being a dick? Like that's what it was. That's what started this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Remember, we just recently got a 1-star review. It was like, this place is the worst.
Some guy, some
and
person that has never even been in the shop.
It was like
to our knowledge.
It was like a fake name. And if you click on his, like on Google, if you click on the username, it'll show you all the other reviews they left. They literally went in every single other tattoo shop in town and said that they were the worst and gave a 1-star review.
He must have never done this to girls before. We are CIA agents. We can go in and we can find info on you. We know that you're just going around town leaving bad reviews.
But that's what sent me down this rabbit hole. But it was so stupid. And that was the thing where it was like, okay, I click on his name. He only writes bad reviews.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a good opinion about anything. So fuck this guy, fuck his opinion. I don't take this into consideration.
Yeah.
However, going all the way back, I find a client of mine I got a bad review on. I forget how many. I think it was like a 3-star review or something like that. And I was like, no, it's about me. And she said that and I know exactly who it is because she has like a lot of tattoos from me, or like several tattoos from me. And she said that she loves my work and she used to come to me all the time, but she would always be my second appointment of the day. Mm-hmm. And I would always be running behind, and she has an hour drive and she would drive all the way out here and I wouldn't be ready for her and she would have to wait on me. And so she stopped coming to me because of that. I didn't know any of this. I didn't read it at the time. She left this review like 3 years ago. And I will admit that I used to be very bad with my time management as far as appointments go. And I have since fixed that. But I still have days where my second appointment I'm running behind on. And it's like, yes, she's right. And like, I should have just started scheduling people later, which I did. But But that's fair. That's fair for her to have a complaint about that. It's fair for her to be upset about that. It's fair for her to stop coming to me because of that. And that's the difference, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, can I look at this as feedback, as something that I could fix and change and make better?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this something that someone's just being a fucking dickhead? Or maybe they work at another shop in town. They're trying to make us look bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, like reading that, I was just like, ugh, fucking gutted. I'm like, oh my God, that sucks because she's not wrong.
Yeah.
And at that time in my life, I know I was always running behind. And I find myself in that same position now where I keep doing that too. And so now I'm like, okay, this is a problem. If I keep doing this to people, they're going to leave too. And now I need to fix this. I need to really be aware of this.
That is really cool of you to reflect like that. And I think that's so mature of you, because there are so many other tattoo artists that have been in the industry as long as you have that would be like, fuck this person. If they don't want to wait for my work, then they're not for me. But you can decipher what's reasonable and what is a coachable moment and what's a teachable moment and what is complete bullshit. That guy.
Yeah.
Complete bullshit.
I think that there's definitely been past versions of me that would be like, fuck her.
Yeah.
You know, like, she's
for sure. For sure.
She fucking said something, you know, whatever. But not everyone's good with confrontation, and not everyone even wants to that uncomfortable like conversation at all when they could just go somewhere else. And the fact of the matter is, there's so many tattoo shops that you could literally just go somewhere else where that person's not going to make you wait an hour for them.
Yeah.
And I used to think I was that person that would not make you wait for hours to get started on your tattoo. And I'm like, fuck, she's right. So, you know, that's the difference, is just like how, like, looking at it as feedback and also just how to not make it worse.
Yeah.
Because I've seen plenty of situations where other businesses, someone will give some kind of bad review or feedback, and they just like go off on them and make everything way worse. Like they could have just been cool and been like, oh, you're right, like we should fix this, whatever. Like whatever you gotta say or do to make it right. But they just fucking dig the hole deeper. I've seen that so many times.
Yeah. And we can cut this if you want, but I just saw a reel on Instagram the other day that kind of aligns with this. And it's the guy that I sent you one time that you already listened to. I was like, you would love this guy. And you're like, bitch, I've been listening to him for...
Oh, you know. Alex Hormozy?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you want to like, you know, talk about that, but he posted this conversation he had with somebody at one of his conferences, or a phone. It was like a call in, I think. And the guy was like, I got a bad review on my website, and I've been sitting here rewriting the response like 3 times because I've seen this bite people in the ass, where they will try and write the right thing, and then it almost comes off as either defensive or you're giving some person grace that doesn't deserve it, or that sort of thing. And he had a really good take on it with responses to, which I think we already do a really great job of that. Like, I notice when whoever is responding to them, it's always very polite and very,
it's me.
Yeah, I figured it was you, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to assume. But it's always very polite and like, I'm so sorry you had this experience. Let us fix this for you. And I don't feel like we're giving that to people who don't deserve it. I think all of our clients deserve that. The people who don't deserve it are the people that are going around and just leaving shit reviews for no reason, like from wherever down the street. But he made this point where he said, agree with them. Like, yes, I agree with you. This was not a good experience for you, and I'm so sorry. And then he said to escalate, and he said, you know what, actually, this makes me sick. Like, it makes me sick that you feel this way.
Get in the boat with them.
Yes. Like, you are so right. Like, this makes me sick. Escalate it and be like, I'm so upset about this. That way, their only choice is to de-escalate, and you can come to a solution from there. I don't know how accurate that is or how necessary that is in our industry, but I feel like, moral of the story, always, 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 if it's a client that you know deserves a better experience, just agree with them. Yes, whether you actually agree with them or not, that's their experience, and try to make it better from there. I don't know. I feel like we do a really good job of that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that has a lot to do with at least with you and I having like customer service experience before being a tattoo artist, you know, we were both in management before we did this, but yeah, I watched some guy on like TikTok where I forget what he does, like a roofer or something like that. And he's like, he calls it getting in the boat with them, like getting in the piss boat.
Yeah. Ew, so, first of all,
pissed, not the piss boat, the pissed off boat. I swear he calls it.
We need a rebrand of piss boat.
I swear he says the pissed boat. But anyway,
okay.
He says like somebody, and he does like a live call where this lady calls and she's pissed off because like some job wasn't done right, and he gets more mad than her. Yeah. And he starts yelling, and she just like gets quieter, and he's like, I can't believe that he would fucking do that.
You're so right.
I'm gonna fucking, you know, whatever. He like gets more mad than her, so she has no choice but to like calm down.
It's the same thing.
It's it's genius. And I was like, damn, like I have done that in the past without knowing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool to see like that is an actual tactic or strategy of de-escalating things. But yeah, that's yes. And you know, for the Jerry review, I was not nice. I was like, the only Jerry, I was like, I don't know that I've ever tattooed you unless this is literally Jerry that fucking rented a room from me, like lived in my house. And in that case, you have my phone number and my husband's phone number, and you've never contacted me. Yeah. I think that was like my exact response was like, I only have like a handful of men that I tattoo, first of all. So I would know who you are if you were a man and I started a tattoo and didn't finish it. And second of all, the only single Jerry in my system that I have very good records of all of my appointments. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Bring in the receipts.
But yeah, like I'm not going to be nice to somebody who doesn't deserve it. But like if somebody legitimately had a bad experience, like, okay, then, you know, you're right, we're wrong. Like, let us make it better or go our separate ways, whatever. Yeah. Like,
that literally makes me think of the text that I just got before we started this podcast that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to fix this right now. Like a client texted me from a convention that we were just at, and she sent me a picture of the tattoo that I did on her. And she's like circled a very small part of it. And she was like, hey, she was super nice about it. But she was like, hey, I know we were trying to get done in time for the competitions and stuff, but it looks like a little part of my tattoo was overlooked. There's this little bit here that isn't colored in. I'm planning to come to your flash day. Do you think you can get me in then and we can just touch it up really quick? And I could have blamed it on the shitty convention lighting, and it was a pastel color that I happened to miss. I could blame it on the fact that, you know, we were trying to get done in time for the competitions or whatever. And I didn't. I was honest with her, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am so happy to, you know, squeeze you in on the flash day and get that done really quick for you. Despite all of those things, that's totally on me. And let's fix it. I think that's the only way to operate, because we are a customer service. Customer service is a huge part of our job. Part of our job.
Yeah. And she, you know, it's helps when they come at it like, oh, you know, you might have missed a spot, and not like you fucked up my tattoo.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the like, funny thing is, even then though, I would still, if it's my fault, I'm still going to take blame for that. And I'm still going to handle it with kindness. I always hold them with kindness. That's how I always am. But
yeah. And we, you know, we've definitely had in the past, like a guest artist will come through and, you know, it's hard to know. Like they send you their work and you it looks good online. You have to base your judgment off of those photos, and you know, they don't do a good tattoo. Yeah. And then you have to deal with that client once the guest artist is gone. And you know, the best result is just like making sure that they get the tattoo they wanted, that it gets handled, that they're not charged anymore. And that the client understands that this is an isolated incident and it's not your whole shop. But I mean, you can only control so much of that. But you know, being the owner, that always comes back on me. So I have to be the one that's like, I will fix whatever. Yeah. Like I will do whatever you need me to do to make it right, to make it, you know, something that you're going to be happy with. But that's a hard one.
It is a hard one because that's not even your that's not even your fault. And that's happened very far and few between. Yeah. But the couple times that it has, you've always taken time out of your day to make sure that the client is happy and gets a tattoo that they love. So
yeah, there is no other way.
Yeah, you have to.
But all of that being said, having the few bad reviews that we have, I think that anyone looking through the reviews, like it is so much harder to get a good review than a bad review.
Yeah.
I don't know the statistics on that, but it's like people are far more likely to speak up about a bad experience than a good experience. And they're far more likely to tell their friends about a bad experience than a good experience. So for us to have as many good reviews as we do is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There is a reason that we have as many reviews as we do. It's because we ask for them.
Yeah.
Because people aren't just like, I have an idea. I'm gonna go on Google and write a review. No, people are not just like coming up with this idea. We are definitely like putting it in their head like, hey, if you enjoyed your experience, if you love your tattoo, please go write us a review, And I think that calling people out directly is so much more effective than just giving a blanket statement. Or like I've seen people post online like, oh, go give us a review on Google. But if you're calling out that exact client like on their way out the door, or like you do, I think, do you still put the things in their aftercare bags?
Yeah, I have like a multi-step process with the reviews. But yeah, I have like a little QR code thank you note in my aftercare bags that I give them that has a little QR code that takes them directly to our Google page. So you can already have it's quick, it's easy. You got to make it as streamlined for them as possible because people get so frustrated and will change their mind if they hit any sort of roadblock.
Yeah, they'll be like, I don't know how to do that. It's too hard.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not going to. Yeah, and they're probably sitting in their car in the parking lot afterwards, about to leave, trying to do it. And if they get frustrated for a second, they're going to throw their phone and be like, I'm not, whatever. I had a good time. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, I have that. And sometimes I don't always do this if I don't have the time or if it slips my mind, but I do try to write like a little personalized letter, like just a little note at the bottom of the thing that says, hey, Brittany, thank you so much for requesting one of my pre-drawn designs. Happy healing, something like that. And it's just that little extra personal touch. On their way out the door, I hate when things are salesy. Like I can't stand when I feel like I'm being forced to leave a review. That is when I do not. It's the same with conventions. Like if I see somebody like standing there at the booth, like waiting for somebody to talk to, like they're just chomping at the bit, I like walk the opposite direction. So I keep it very chill on their way out the door. I'm like, hey, there's a QR code in your aftercare bag. If you had a great experience today, you can leave me a 5-star review on there. That helps me out so much. If not, no pressure, and just let me know how it heals up. And that way it's like, okay, the seed is planted. Let them do it if they want. And then if I remember to, again, reach back out to them to see how they're healing, or if we end up chatting afterwards, or they do end up sending me the healed pictures, I'll be like, oh, awesome. So glad it healed up okay. If you have a minute, feel free to leave me a review on Google. If not, totally fine again. But yeah. I keep it very chill.
I used to be much better at this. I used to have a card that went into my aftercare bag, so I'm not really sure why I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I was very good at checking in with people while it was healing. So I check in like 3 days and like a week later. And then once it's like fully healed, like ask for a picture, and then like, hey, like leave me a review if you like, you know what I mean? Like asking for it then, like after it's all said and done, like healed up and everything looks good. Asking for that review. So I have to get back into the habit of that. I haven't been doing that lately, but
I know I'm not the best at it either. It's a lot, but worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah. And I just, it doesn't take any time. Like I'm just making excuses. I could easily text people, but yeah, like I think I've grown a lot in this area where I am not letting the one bad review just like ruin my whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting it like beat me down mentally. And, even with the girl who was talking about, I would never be ready on time. Old me would have definitely been like really beating myself up about that. But I I know that's something I'm working on. I know that's something I struggle with is just my time management in general. So it's just, further proof that I need to keep working on this, even though it has been years since she left that review and that happened. It's still happening. And so that's kind of an eye opener for me, but I'm
Yeah,
not
but you have to give yourself credit because I could do a whole podcast episode about how much that has improved with you over the years. Because yeah, like I'll call you out on it when I first started here. Time management maybe wasn't your strong suit.
I would be late every day, and then
every day,
and then I even moved my appointment to 10:30 instead of 10, so that I would be on time, and I would
still be late. I know. There were times where I would be downstairs, not to like, beat a dead horse here, but there were times where I'd be downstairs like messaging in the chat like, "Oh, your client's here." And then like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and like, that you don't do that anymore. You are here early you are here hours early every single day. You are ready for your appointments. And if you do have to push somebody back in the afternoon, you're not keeping them waiting. We also have somebody now up front that talks to them and like makes them feel comfortable. And like, the environment's different too. Like you've improved so much on that. You have to give yourself credit. I'm not just going to let you sit here and be like, I have to, sure, keep working on it. But like,
well, thanks. Yeah,
come on.
I have. And I think it's so funny. Like, who was it? I think it was James that said it. He was like, because I sent him like a reel about type B person, like being a type B person. He was like, "You're not a type B person at all." And I was like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "I don't get that vibe from you at all." He's like, "You're definitely type A." And I'm like, "No, dude.
No.
Like, you have not spent enough time with me."
No.
I'm definitely type B with like forcing myself to do type A things so that I can be successful in life.
Have like structure. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm a train wreck. Yeah. Normally.
You're not a train wreck.
I'm better now, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But I am better. I am better. I know I am. Another thing about getting a bad review is that if you're actively pursuing the good reviews, it will just get buried anyway. You know? Yeah, because whenever people are like last ditch effort, like they're like, "Oh my God, we got a bad review. Everyone go attack this person," or everyone like go leave us a good review. It's like you're not getting like genuine reviews that way, and you're not gonna get a lot either.
Can I also bring something up that I don't know, this might be like a little bit controversial, but I think it is such a bad look when you get a bad review and you put them on blast on your social media for everybody to see. That looks way worse on you as the business owner or artist than it does on that person, even if they were being rude. I just don't love when people do that. I just feel like it brings more negative attention to their shop or their artwork that nobody was thinking before. And it just looks very unprofessional. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's
bad vibes.
People think that they're like defending themselves, but really they're just making themselves look bad.
I feel like, and this maybe isn't the case for everybody, but I feel like that comes from a place of insecurity and needing validation from other people that like this was like a rude comment or like a rude review or something. And that, again, that might not be the case with everybody, but not a good look. Just, take the L, handle it on your own.
Yeah, and I think people are going to have so much more respect for you if you just admit you were wrong.
Yeah.
And like say what you're going to do to fix it. Like that, I respect that so much more than somebody like trying to fight over it, Yeah.
Imagine if somebody leaves you a bad review and instead of going and like putting them on blast and making it even worse for them, you address it with them and you actually come to a resolution and maybe they take the review down or they come back for more. They leave you like a different review. Maybe they give you like a 5-star. I don't know. It just, I don't know. That always rubs me the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah. I think that it's just like unreasonable to think that we're going to please everybody.
Yeah.
There's always going to be there's always going to be those people you can't please.
Yeah.
Because they had an expectation that wasn't realistic and that, they're just, some people are just fucking difficult to work with, but you can't please everyone. It's going to happen eventually. You're going to run into somebody who doesn't like what they got, doesn't like what you did, whatever the case.
Yeah.
Maybe you just, didn't get along, like conversation wise, it was awkward or whatever, and it made for a bad experience for them. But it's going to happen. And it's another one of those situations where you take that as feedback. Like, this type of person is not for me.
Yeah.
So then when you see the signs later, you don't take that client, you know? And I say this knowing damn well that I have seen these red flags and still scheduled the client.
Yeah.
And I even say to myself, like, ooh, I feel like this person's going to be a problem. Like, I'm seeing the signs. I'm like, I'm just going to, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And then it's always those people that I'm like, fucking knew I shouldn't have scheduled this. And then, but it just further confirms that, like, these people are not your people.
Yeah.
And we need to be more aware of them, because there's always some sort of sign or signal that we are missing,
Yeah. Have you ever left a bad review?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing though. I don't know if I want to.
You don't have to.
No, I'm going to tell the story, but I'm not going to. I'll give you the extra details in private. But
okay.
I lived in a like duplex that was a fucking dump. I mean, I chose it. Like, I could have tried to live somewhere else, but couldn't really afford anywhere else. But at one point, the furnace caught on fire in the middle of the winter. And while my husband at the time and my kids were asleep, taking a nap in the middle of the day, fucking furnace catches on fire. And luckily caught it, like, put it out, whatever. And we had no heat all winter. And the rental place told us, she told me to put a roast in the oven to heat my home. Anyway, among that, lots of other things.
Just put your head in it while you're at it.
Like, fuck, really. And then there was a back porch that had a washer and dryer, but the back porch wasn't heated. So all of the pipes back there froze and burst. Oh, no. And so the whole back porch got destroyed with water damage. Like, paint was peeling in the bathroom because I don't know if they just used the wrong kind of paint or didn't prime the walls or whatever the fuck. It was a nightmare house.
Yeah.
And so when I moved out, I spent days. Missi helped me. We painted the fucking walls. We fixed it, whatever damage was my fault, because I had toddlers and they're destructive as fuck. But like, I fixed stuff, and I had, there was stuff that got fucked up because of me. So I made sure I did that because I wanted my deposit back. They kept my deposit. They didn't tell me until, like, I think it was 60 days after I moved out. They sent me a letter saying that they were keeping my deposit and they were charging me, like, basically a whole other deposit for the damages and stuff that were done in the house, which I was like, no, motherfucker, what? Like, I fixed all this shit, and like, all the other damage is your fault. Like, I told you this stuff was broken. And so I took him to court.
Good.
I sued him because in PA, like, you have to, don't quote me on this, I don't know the exact law, but they only have like 30 days to tell you about your what's it called, like, to get your deposit back. They have to tell you, like, the breakdown of why they're keeping your deposit and everything. Okay. They have like 30 days to do that. And I was advised that if they don't, I'm entitled to double of, like, my security deposit back. Wow. Okay. So that's what I sued for. I didn't win that, but I also didn't have to pay them extra. Well, so good. It felt like a wash, but I was fucking pissed. And I went on Google and, like, this long fucking review, like, about everything, about how they told me to put a roast in the oven and, like, that's crazy. All this shit. That is and crazy. Like, they're out of business now, so I'm not saying this is my fault, but good, they're gone. Good.
I mean, honestly, that if you're gonna leave a 1-star review, that's pretty valid. That is pretty valid.
It was crazy. There was like so many. It's so long ago now that I can't even remember all the details and, like, the other stuff that happened in there. But it was they were like the worst fucking rental. I'm sure the owner had nothing to do with the way the rental property was handling it, but I was fucking pissed.
I wish that I had it in me to leave a 1-star review somewhere. I just don't. Maybe if I had that experience, I would feel differently. That's pretty bad. Yeah. But my bad review is like 3 stars. I'm like, well, they were kind of good, but I did that to an acai bowl place in town because the hours. I know.
Vicky.
I know. But it was 3. It wasn't 1. It was 3 stars.
And what
I'm not
was
trying
the
to put them out
reason?
of business.
What was your reason?
It was because on Google they would say that they're open during certain hours.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I would go there and they would not be open. And
we ironically have gotten the same reviews when we had piercing here.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And valid.
Yeah.
I can't even talk shit on that now because
Yeah.
I did that. I left a review. I left a 3-star review.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to advertise that, I was just frustrated. And
Yeah.
I wanted them to know. I regret it. I'm going to go delete it, even though they're not in business anymore. Maybe that's because
them out. You ended them.
No.
But that's that's why I don't have piercing anymore, because I mean, not that all piercers are like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Not generalizing, but the experience I was having was I could not get this person to be here when they were supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And there's only so many times people are going to stop by to get a piercing and the place be closed and before they're just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I give you 2 times and then I give up. You know what I mean? Like, if I go out of my way, park my car in downtown Hanover and pay for it.
Yeah. And
I walk all the way up here and you're not here, not coming back.
First time's a fluke. Second time.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I and I could not get that point across enough, I guess. But we had several reviews for that. But, you know, those have long since been buried, but we don't have piercing anymore. But it sucks that it's on there. It's really frustrating.
A lot of years ago about someone that doesn't even work here anymore. So
a lot of our bad reviews were from the just having piercing, and a lot of them were just like stupid. Like, they expected you to carry every fucking piece of jewelry known to man, and because we didn't have what they wanted, they are upset. Even though we would like order jewelry for people, like it was just, you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
but that's the point. But and having these 1-star reviews and 3-star reviews, like it kind of keeps you from getting a big head.
100%.
I mean, if we had just 5-star reviews like all the time, we'd be like, we are amazing and untouchable, so it kind of brings you back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
another thing that I forgot to mention earlier that I do, and I'm sure you see this, whenever I get a 5-star review, I screenshot it and I post it on my story online.
You do?
And I do that when my clients bring me cute little gifts and stuff too, because I just love them so much and I want people to see them, because I have a lot of really crafty and cute clients that bring me some really unique and cool things. But
I need to get better at that, because I always think about it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to post this, and then I never do.
Yeah.
I forget.
Not that I'm like encouraging people to bring me stuff, because I don't need stuff like extra.
Well, I am. So
okay, you do that, but it's cool to get cute little gifts, especially like in today's economy. If somebody can't afford to tip as much as they normally can, then
they crochet. They can crochet a frog on a mushroom. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Same with reviews. If people see that I'm shouting people out for giving good reviews, they'll be like, "Oh, I want to do that. Like, I'm gonna go leave a review." So yeah. My regulars, I just hold at gunpoint to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
obviously
5 stars.
Why else would they come back?
Put the 5 stars in the back.
There was a point in time where I used to say, people love to give me things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I said it all the time, and it was like, it kept happening.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I said it, the more stuff I got. And then I stopped. It got to the point where I was like, I gotta stop saying this, because people keep giving me shit, and I need, like, you've seen my shelf.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff.
Like, I literally, like, so many people were bringing me stuff. I was just like, okay, it's getting out of control. And I stopped saying it, and I stopped getting it. So I'm just, not trying to get all woo-woo, but, like, people like to bring me things.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were just talking about
people like to bring me money.
Yeah. Well, and I like having, like, a little collection of things, too, that are unique to us, that our clients have brought us. I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
we were talking about that the other day, how we don't want to get rid of any of it, because it's like, it's so like sentimental and like,
I know. Bring small things, guys, because like,
yeah, don't be spending. No, don't be spending a lot of money.
Crazy. A handmade gift, like the ones that I love the most up there are things that people made me.
Yes.
Yeah, like the like crocheted guys and things, and like a little octopus crochet guy.
Yeah.
Not that they all have to be crocheted, but those are just like the fun ones that are up there that I can think of off the top of my head.
I tattooed a badger knitting a sock on this girl, Selena, at the Baltimore convention. And after the appointment, she's like, I have something for you. And she pulls out a crocheted badger knitting a little like blanket.
It's so cute.
And it's adorable. She used toothpicks as the crochet.
Oh my God.
Hooks. It was so cute. It warms my heart. I love that stuff. But yeah, if you post it, people, it all comes back to posting it and sharing it. People will see that and want to follow suit.
Yeah. I don't know.
She was not listening just now. I can tell when Missi clocks the fuck out of our conversation. No, literally, where's the camera? Looking dead at the camera. Where is it? She doesn't listen to me. I can tell. I'll look at her and there's just nothing behind the eyes.
What is it?
She's like,
is it? It's 2. My medicine war. It's past my med time. I can't be held responsible for this.
There's only so many times you can say it's past my med time.
I zoned out. I'm sorry. No, I was listening. She made you the badger. It's really cute. And nope, I dropped off. I forget.
That's
the last thing I heard.
The tie of the conversation.
We love when clients bring us stuff. Yeah, that's what I had for today. Reviews. You should get them. If you don't have them.
Get them.
Should ask your clients for reviews. They're
struggling with your business? Just get reviews. Just get them.
You could convince your friends to leave you reviews. Okay, so that's actually a good place to go with this. How do you get your first reviews? Like how do you start building up your reviews in the beginning?
I don't think it's any different, really. I think it stays pretty much the same throughout the years. I'm trying to think of how I started. I think I started that exact way. I've had those little QR codes for my aftercare bags since I started tattooing.
I'm trying to think back because sometimes like I'll talk about stuff and I'm so far removed from like the very beginning of it and I'm like, okay, is this going to make sense to people who are just starting out? So if someone's just starting out and say they like just graduated their apprenticeship and they're trying to get like good reviews about their work. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just asking people directly. It's like I say with in an emergency situation where you're not supposed to be like, someone call 911. You're supposed to be like, Vicky, call 911. Like it's the same thing with clients where if you just do like
don't want to take
they're like somebody else is going to do it. So if you call them out like directly, like, hey, like leave me a review. That's why I like that, like asking before they leave or putting it in their aftercare bags. Which if you guys aren't giving your clients aftercare bags, like what are you doing?
Yeah, step 1. Tattooing 101. No, I think too, and this isn't as direct, but I personally, it's made me leave a review before when I see another small business or another person that I've been to for something. They'll post and be like, hey guys, I just started accepting reviews on this website. If you have been to me for my services or whatever, and you had a good experience with me, it would mean a lot if you went and left me a review. I've seen people do that before, and I feel like that works pretty well because that appeals to like, hey, they're just like trying to get started with the reviews and stuff. I don't know.
What do you think about people that do like giveaways for reviews? Like leave a review and like gonna randomly choose a winner.
I don't think that's as genuine.
I hate that.
Yeah. I don't love the sound of that. I don't know if I've seen people do that, but yeah, if I were somebody that just wanted a tattoo, I would make up some whatever bullshit I had to go leave a review.
I'm wondering, like, what do those reviews even sound like? Or do they even write anything and just do 5 stars?
Yeah, like
love my tattoo. Like,
yeah. I mean, it could be genuine, it could not, but I don't think that's. I think you can get them without having to do free work too.
Yeah.
Like if you are good to your clients, you should be able to get them without having to do a giveaway.
Yeah. My favorites are the ones where they're like really long and they tell like the whole experience of their tattoo experience. Is pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I had a client leave a review one time and she like broke down like the whole experience by person. She was like, first we have Katrina and she did blah, 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 blah. And this was great. And then I got tattooed by Vicky and blah, blah, blah. And everyone else in the shop was blah, 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 blah. And it was really cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, maybe it appeals to the vain side of me, but
Yeah.
it also just makes me genuinely happy that I'm making other people happy.
I used to try to compete with you. I'd be like, oh, she just got 2 fucking reviews in a row. Like, I gotta like get on this and like text my clients and get them to leave me a review. And then I was like, Vicky easily does double the amount of tattoos that I do, first of all. Because
sounds like excuses.
I mean, yeah.
It sounds like that's loser mentality.
Wow. Wow.
No.
You heard it here. You heard it here. This is the abuse I have to live with.
I get on there.
No, you're right, though. You're right, though.
No, I'm psycho.
That is an excuse. However, if I had every single client leave me a review and you had every single client leave you a review, you would have more.
Yes, correct. So, that is correct.
It can be both things. It can be an excuse and I can also be right.
Correct. Yes. And I'm obviously just messing with you, but I do that where I will get on there to check and see, because I'm just crazy. I'll get on there to see if I have any new reviews. And if I see that other people are getting more reviews and I haven't had one in a while, I'm like, oh, I got to step up my game. Like, I got to,
I love that about you. Because, yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, and I always turn things like that into fuel to just get better. It's never negative towards any external people or anything. I'm just like, I got to get my shit better. Yeah. Let's get on it.